The class will be deepening meditation and followed by a commentary. So this class will be taken by Mira Didi herself. So you are going to listen to some deep wisdom from her because she has been practicing meditation for such a long time. And the topic is very, very appropriate, deepening meditations. And she will also have a live commentary with you at the end of the session. So let's welcome Mira Didi for our session now. So welcome, Mira Didi. Have to unmute first, huh? Unmute your speakers, then we can listen to you. There you are. Over to you.
Om Shanti. A very good morning and greetings of peace to all of you. I am sure all of you are very familiar with this word of greetings since you have come in contact with the Brahma Kumaris. Om Shanti. Om means I am. Shanti means soul. Shanti means peace. I am a peaceful soul. This is one of the word of greetings around Brahma Kumaris in the whole world. So I would also like to take this opportunity to greet all of you this morning with the Brahma Kumaris word of greetings, which can be hello, good morning, anything you can connect it with. I am sure all of you have had begin your day today. When you wake up, I just wanted to ask you, what thought came to your mind? The first thought, as soon as you woke up today. I don't need to hear from you. You can ask yourself, what thought came to you this morning and as soon as you woke up? Why I'm asking this question to you is because the first thoughts that we have when we wake up in the morning is very important because it becomes the foundation for the day. I would suggest that always make it a discipline to wake up every morning with a positive, affirmative thought. Just like, for example, just for today, I am going to be peaceful. Another day, just for today, I am going to be loving. And then spend the first 10 minutes pondering over those thoughts. It's very important because when we wake up, our subconscious mind is very active. So whatever thought you introduce to your subconscious mind, that becomes like a important ingredient, foundation for the rest of the day. So start your day with that kind of discipline and you are guaranteed your day is going to be a positive day, a peaceful day, a wonderful day. Nowadays, living in this IT world, information technology, one word has become the talk of the town because, everybody is going through a lot of stress and worry and tension. So meditation has become the talk of the town. Everyone wants to learn meditation. But But what is happening today is that, it is like going to a supermarket. Everything is on sale. You are confused what to buy or not to buy. Same thing is happening. Many types of meditations are on offer. I am not sure which kind of meditation I should take up. And so what I would like to tell you is that if you want to, you have selected the right type of course, but still to make sure you have chosen the right type of meditation that you wanted, you must ask yourself why I want to meditate. Why I want to meditate. I tell you my own experience. When I came, I was 19 years old. Just finished my graduation. I also wanted to meditate before that. So my aim for meditation was just to increase my concentration to pass my examination. That is all. Of course, I got it. And when I learned Raj Yoga meditation, I did get it. But more than that, I got many other benefits also. So from that, I understood that this meditation that I have chosen, it's all encompassing. It brings many benefits, multiple benefits. But one thing I just would like to mention is we must know the correct meaning. What is meditation and what is not meditation before we deepen our meditation practice. What is meditation? What is not meditation? Because there is a lot of misconception about the meaning of meditation in our world today. Some people think meditation is suppressing the mind, making the mind blank, emptying mind from all other thoughts, not to think. And when we try to do those things, instead of getting meditation benefits, we become more tense and more headache and more other side effects comes in. So I would like to give you three simple definition of meditation. Meditation comes from the Latin word medere, which means to heal. So meditation is self-healing, physical, mental, emotional healing process. What do you do when you meditate? You are doing something that you do throughout the day. Thinking. But the only difference between thinking in meditation and ordinary thinking is when you are meditating, you are able to use your mind in a positive way. You are able to use your energy of your mind in a positive direction, so you experience relaxation. So in one word, I would say meditation is the right use of your mind. You're already thinking, but you just use your mind in a right way. In other words, channelizing the energy of the mind in the right way. Second definition, I would say meditation is discipline of the mind, mastering your thoughts, discipline of the mind. In simple words, art of positive thinking. So it is not to suppress your mind. It is not to stop thinking. It is not to make your mind blank. Don't try to do that. You cannot do it because the nature of the mind is to think. Just like it's the nature of the water to flow, nature of the fire to burn, it's my nature to think. I can't stop. All that I can do is to channelize the direction from negative to positive. Now, what is the difference between Raja Yoga meditation and other types of meditation? Raj Yoga meditation has three salient features. Raja Yoga meditation is an open eye, silent meditation. Raja Yoga meditation easy. You can practice at any time, everywhere, anywhere. Anyone can practice. And thirdly, Raja Yoga doesn't have Gurudam. It's free of charge. And so we don't have any mantras, any ceremonies, any rituals. It is a very simple technique that we need to learn so that we can incorporate meditation practice in our daily life. So the meditation that you learn in Brahma Kumaris is called Raja Yoga meditation. You know, people usually get confused between yoga and meditation. They think they are two different practices because we have heard about Hatha Yoga. And then we think that Raja Yoga means it is another kind of Hatha Yoga. So Raja Yoga meditation, actually yoga means union. So you start with meditation and finish with yoga. You begin your practice with meditation. That means channelizing your thoughts in a positive direction. And there are few steps. There are few stages. So then the final stage you reach is called yoga. That is union of the soul with the Supreme Soul. So don't separate yoga and meditation. It is totally called Raja Yoga meditation. Now, Raja word means master. Raja means king. Raja means, ruler. So when you practice this meditation, Raja Yoga, you attain mastery over your sense organs, you attain mastery over your senses, you attain mastery over your mind. So in one word, I would say self-mastery. They say in most of the religious scriptures, when you can conquer your mind, you can conquer the world, right? Have you heard of that expression? So mind is the energy that we need to channelize. And I'm sure all of you who are present here to this morning, you have had your basic lessons, you have had some exposure to the practice of meditation, and some of you must be already practicing meditation in your daily life. So you must have experienced some of the benefits. What I would like to just suggest is that 4 important ingredients. As now you have had a basic foundation, you know why you want to meditate, what is meditation, then how to meditate. You have understood, I hope, during your course. Now the question is how to deepen that practice. Quickly, I just go through the method technique. Raja Yoga meditation has 3 steps. Journey inward, journey upwards, journey outwards. So this is the technique that we need to learn to deepen our meditation practice. So if you want to deepen your experiences in these 3 stages, inward journey, upward journey, and outward journey, I would suggest 4 important ingredients. This is a must for anyone. No matter how many years you have been practicing, if you want to deepen your meditation practice and have experiences, this is important. The first ingredient is method. You must know the right method to meditate. Many times when we talk about meditation, the picture that comes in front of us is somebody sitting with a lotus posture with closed eyes, telling themselves, I don't want to think. They are thinking, I don't want to think, then they are thinking they are meditating. That is not the technique. So as I said, the first ingredient is method. You should never ever begin your meditation with concentration. This is what we hear from people. Oh, I cannot concentrate, sister. My mind still wanders. Of course, it's the nature of the mind to wander. So never try to begin practicing meditation with concentration. You should always begin. The correct method is contemplation. So now what is the difference between contemplation and ordinary thinking? Contemplation is a disciplined pattern of thoughts. There is a sequence of thoughts that you need to suggest to your mind to use the right method. That is what you learn in lesson number 1, lesson number 2. So the method is very important. You begin with contemplation, meditation, then concentration, and then realization. So don't go straight away into concentration. You will get headache. When you begin with contemplation, slowly, you tame your, a wild monkey, which is jumping from one place to another. You got to be very gentle. So understand the correct method. It's not to suppress my mind. It is not to make my mind blank. It's not stop thinking. I suggest a sequence of self-contemplative thoughts. Then you go into concentration and then realization. So first ingredient is correct method. Just like when you go for driving, you must have the correct method, isn't it? You can't start a car with a brake. You must know how to start the car, how to turn, how to back the car, So this is something like that, method. Second, once you know the method, the second thing is consistency. See, what they say is practice makes you perfect. Without practice consistently, you cannot master any art, as a matter of fact, whether it is swimming, whether it is typing, whether it is any kind of art, what you say. So consistency is important. So I always suggest people, in the first month when you take the lesson, do it twice a day, half an hour, one sitting. Okay, start with 20 minutes twice a day. Second month, increase to half an hour twice a day. Third month, at least 1 hour twice a day. That consistency is important because consistency builds the momentum. So then you are able to train your mind. That's the second ingredient. And the third ingredient is experimentation. Experimentation means applying the knowledge of meditation in action. That is what we call, because meditation should not be restricted only to certain time or a certain place. It should be incorporated. It should be combined with our normal life. Even otherwise, we say meditation is a way of living. It's not a religion. It is a way of living. So you need to combine meditation in action. That is why, we say Raja Yoga is also called Karma Yoga. Raja Yoga is also called Jnana Yoga, yoga of knowledge. Raja Yoga is also called Buddhi Yoga, yoga of intellect. So it is all connected with our practical life. And so that is very important, experimentation, incorporating meditative knowledge in our action. And the fourth important ingredient is to understand what is experience. When we talk about experience in meditation, people often get confused. They think that when they see something, that is called experience. They see a point of light, they see some colors, they see some figures. They become very happy thinking, oh, I had wonderful experience today. But that is not experience. To see something while you are meditating, that is not experience. Experience is how you feel when you are meditating. Is there a change in your feeling? Because feelings are connected with our thoughts, isn't it? So, how you feel when you are meditating, plus how long you can carry on that feeling with you during the day, that is called experience. So, that is what is going to transform your life. You know, if you feel peaceful, calm when you are meditating, then you check how long you can maintain that calmness when you come into relationship with others, when you come into situations in your life, then you know how deep you have gone. So the deeper you go into meditation experience, the longer you carry on those feelings. Not only you feel, you know, others also begin to see you totally changed. A person who used to lose temper, the person who used to get angry, the person who was impatient, now you are a different person. And you don't even know that you have brought that change. But what you are practicing is soul consciousness, God consciousness, both at the time of sitting in one place and then while performing action. So I hope you understand the 4 ingredients very clearly. And this is something which you need to make sure that you have it with you all the time. Method, consistency. In order to have that consistency, I need to keep 3 P's with me: practice, perseverance, and patience. So those who want to have deeper experiences in meditation, they need to keep 3 P's: patience, perseverance, and practice. Practice makes you perfect in any practice anyway. And then the third is experimentation, and fourth is experience. Experience. What is experience? So once you have these 4 ingredients, and then you understand the 3 stages very clearly: journey inwards, journey upwards, and journey outwards. So journey inwards means to become soul conscious, which is very, very important in Raj Yoga. Even if you don't go into the second and third stages, doesn't matter. Master the first stage, soul consciousness. What we call it as self-realization. Who am I? Very important. If you can have this realization, you have really rediscovered yourself. It's a great achievement. You know, just like a blind person getting eyesight. How many of you have realized taking this course, just for my curiosity, that you are a soul? Raise your hand. At least in the first page I can see. Raise your hand. Just put your hands up. You have realized that I am a soul. Wow, that's great. It's a great achievement. You know, until now we have been thinking of ourselves as this human body, my name, my occupation, all the label as myself. But to meditate, you have to let go, peel off all these labels. It's nothing to do with meditation. Just like if you want to have current, what do? You remove the rubber on the wire, isn't it? Insulation, you separate it from the wire and you connect the 2 wires then only you get electricity. So I need to let go of this body consciousness, matter consciousness, human consciousness, and I just become aware of my true self. Who am I? I am just a light energy, immortal, eternal, imperishable soul. That's such a beautiful experience. So that is what is called opening of the third eye. Realization of the self as a soul is what is called opening of the third eye. That means enlightenment in your life. You know, once you have had that, then with that third eye, you can see the home from where you came here, the soul world, and you can even travel to the soul world through your eye of the intellect, and you can even see God, who is the resident of the soul world. So, three purposes for opening of the third eye. Right? When your third eye is open, when you become soul conscious, when you have self-realization, first of all, you are able to see who you are. Secondly, you are able to travel to those regions which you could not have traveled before. And thirdly, you touch the light of God. What else you need? That's the ultimate goal of human life. That's why they say self-realization leads to God realization. So, firstly, your foundation should be very strong. That is soul consciousness. What I would like to suggest to all of you to deepen your experience, during the day, practice soul consciousness as much as possible. You see, we all use two words, right? I and mine during the whole day. When you say mine, that is connected with all your belongings, my body, my mother, my home, mine. But I am separate. So I and mine. So every time you use the word I, add this one small letter I, the soul. I, the soul, I am talking. I, the soul, I am eating. I, the soul, I am looking. So in the beginning, you need to pay a lot of attention to practice this. Because we have been in body consciousness. I means like ego. You know, I am a female, I am a male, I am a Hindu, I am a Christian. We identify ourselves with the skin. We have to dissect. We have to come out of that, fake costume and become the real. I, the soul. And how do you visualize the soul? It's just a light. So practice this as much as possible. Every time you see the word I, the soul. I, the soul. I, the soul. So then automatically you can feel you are distinct from the body. Once you become aware you are a soul, then it is easy to visualize yourself as the point of light. So what happens is that when you are soul conscious, you have started meditating already. You have started meditation in action. So your mind, the speed of thoughts will slow down and the quality of thoughts becomes positive. That is how you know you have started meditation. You could be driving, you could be walking on the road, you could be doing some ironing or cleaning the kitchen, whatever. You can be in a meditative state where the speed of thoughts becomes slow and the quality of thoughts become positive. That is when you feel peace. You feel peace with yourself you feel peace with others, and you feel at peace with the nature. It's just naturally it comes through. That one experience that we get in action, that is a proof of your depth of meditation practice. Without going deeper into the soul conscious experience, I cannot connect. The deeper you go into soul consciousness, the higher you can go. The higher you can connect with God. Because they say in science, opposite pole attracts. But in silence, light attracts like. That means when I am soul conscious, I am a point of light, I am pulled towards God, who is also a point of light like me. And I can connect easily. And the depth of meditation means how long you can hold that connection. That is the depth of meditation. Not touch and come. So the longer you have practiced soul consciousness in action, then you can connect with God and hold that connection. So it is with practice, not one day, 2 days it will. So for that, I would like to suggest 3 things. One is, if you want to deepen your meditation practice, you must do it before sunrise and after sunset. That is what we call in Brahma Kumaris Amrit Vela. We love to wake up because that is the best time to deepen my meditation practice, because the atmosphere is very clean. It's not at all polluted. And I can connect with myself and my God easily. So try. And you may ask me, what is the correct time? Of course, God has given us the time also, appointment. 4 o'clock, local time, whatever time may be. 4 to 4:45 is the appointment with God. So you may have to sacrifice your sleep a bit, but when you start enjoying it, you look forward for it. Sunrise, before sunrise, and evening 7 to 7:30 after sunset. Again, it is the best time when every creation is going back home. That's one thing. Second thing you need is knowledge. You cannot sustain meditation practice without knowledge. And that is why every morning in our centers, we have what we call Murli, that is godly versions. So it is actually refining our meditation practices. So if you really want to deepen your meditation practice, I would suggest you listen to those God's versions every day. Take 1 point also, doesn't matter. But it is like putting petrol into the car to make the car move. And third important thing that is necessary is atmosphere, because if you need a kind of atmosphere to meditate, of course you can meditate anywhere and everywhere. But what I suggest is, in your own home, create a small corner, not a big room, a small quiet corner where you can meditate in the morning, evening, whenever you want. Before you go out of the house, when you come inside the house, go and sit there. Just quiet room, quiet place, and where you can contemplate on soul consciousness, God consciousness. So if you do it every day in that corner, you create an atmosphere. Really. And that atmosphere you create makes your home a sacred place. That positive, pure atmosphere, vibration you emit, it really makes it really holy place. So that is important. Atmosphere and company of like-minded people. Meditating in a group. Very important. Because We can meditate on our own, but if I want to enhance my meditation practice, I need to expose myself to like-minded people. Of course, now the COVID time, we cannot meet and meditate together. Luckily, we in Malaysia, now they have opened up. So slowly, slowly we can come to the center. So centers are created for people to come and meditate because home atmosphere is different, But when you come to the center where all people who come there come with the aim to meditate. So like-minded thoughts. So you find that you can tune in very easily. So like-minded people company, we call it as satsang, company of good company, where everybody has the same kind of thoughts you can tune in. So these are the 4 things to enhance your meditation practice after you have taken the course. Amrit Vela, knowledge, atmosphere, and company. And 4 ingredients I mentioned earlier, and most important thing is you must pay attention to practice soul consciousness. The consciousness, I, the soul, need to go deep into myself to such a way that even in my dreams, I don't forget. Just like, our name, we never forget, right? Even if you are sleeping, somebody talking about your name, you will wake up and say, did you call me? Means subconsciously also, we are aware of what my name is, right? So we have to practice. Means I have been in this Raj Yoga for more than 52 years now. And I still practice every morning, every time. And I say, I, the soul I'm doing, I'm a peaceful soul, I'm a loveful soul. I am child of ocean of peace. I am the resident of the land of peace. I keep repeating to myself. I keep practicing it myself because we forget, we get lost in the ocean, in the world. So we have to practice it. And the practice becomes easier, as I said, with company, with atmosphere, and of course, at the right time, Amrit Vela and evening, before sunrise and after sunset. So those are the timings that would help us to enhance our practice. So I just leave you with these thoughts because my time is up. I should be loyal to the time that is given to me. So I will just stop here. Just keep just the ingredients I have given you and experiment it for 3 months.
You still have some time, Miraben, you still have some time.
No, I know you can experiment with some of these ingredients and then you see the result on yourself. Because it is like meditation is like a natural science. Science, until you experiment, you don't believe. You don't believe until you do the experiment yourself. So I tell you, you are a soul. I tell you, you are a peaceful soul. You are a point of light, but you must feel it yourself. And for that, I need to have interest to experiment with myself in my life. When I'm looking at others, looking at them as soul, when I'm looking at them as soul, how do I know? I don't stare at them in the forehead. But if I'm looking at others as a soul, I will see only good qualities in them. If I'm looking at another soul as soul, I will not think about their past because anything that is eternal, imperishable doesn't have a past nor future. It's only present. So I can keep some of these tips with me. So then I know that, when I'm communicating with others, whether I'm in soul consciousness or not, or even if there is an event that is happening, am I facing that event in soul consciousness? If I'm facing that event in soul consciousness, I will accept, put a full stop. Once it is finished, I put a full stop because soul consciousness means zero. And zero has no past present. So some of these tips we can keep in our mind to test ourselves, just like they do the litmus test, so we can test ourselves with some of these points and check ourselves. But one thing definitely, you need to do it regularly. No, it is not a kind of a hobby you have for a few days, but you have to have patience to see the result. Mhm. And you will definitely see the result if you are consistent. Mhm. Consistency definitely brings results. So I hope that you are able to follow some of these steps, some of these ingredients, and see the benefit for yourself. Of course, I'm not going to go through the benefit. You can experience them in your own life. So what we do is we go through the meditation experience now for the next 5 to 10 minutes. So I know you all know how to sit in meditation. So wherever you are, you make yourself free, sit straight, with a straight back and with your feet firm on the floor and your hands just relaxed on your laps. And keep your eyes open. You may ask me why we should keep the eyes open. There are 3 reasons. One is Raj Yoga is a way of living. Life means to keep the eyes open. We don't walk around with the eyes closed. So it's a way of living, natural. Secondly, when I keep my eyes open, I am able to be aware of the purpose for which I am sitting here. Sometimes when we keep our eyes closed, we may doze off or we may go somewhere else. We don't even know where we are gone. Or the other reason is also to keep the eyes open means to be able to uh, see others also in the same way as I see myself. It's natural. It is a very easy way to meditate. Then I can incorporate meditation practice naturally in my action. That is the reason. So keep your eyes open. But eyes open doesn't mean you have to stare at something. Just naturally open. Don't stare at anything until your tears starts coming out, your eyes starts watering. Just normally eyes open. And then you must know the sequence of thoughts that you need to suggest. You don't need to think too much, but your sequence of thoughts should be proper so that I don't think too fast, I don't think too slowly, so that I can feel the vibrations behind those thoughts. And so I'm going to speak few thoughts, and I would like to consider those thoughts as your own. Repeat it in your mind, not just repeat, but feel the vibrations behind those thoughts. So, what will be left with you after meditation time is over? The feeling and vibration, the flavor that goes to your whole body. That is why they say a yogi is one whose mind is calm, whose body is cool. And so wherever they go, they spread the fragrance of spirituality. So meditation and spirituality cannot be separated. It's 2 sides of the same coin. So let us experiment. Okay? If any unwanted thoughts come, it will come. Don't be surprised. It will come, but ignore. Ignore them. Don't pay attention. Just like, if you are on the phone, another phone call comes, you ignore it because you are busy with another one or you put them on hold. So then don't get carried away with those thoughts. That's all. Okay. So let us experiment. So sit straight, breathe normally. Our breathing is nothing connected with Raj Yoga. We don't, pay attention to fast breathing, slow breathing, whatever. Because when your thoughts are positive, it has an impact on your breathing. Automatically, we consume less oxygen. Our normal breathing happens. And that's why those who practice meditation, they don't have high blood pressure because they don't have anxiety, tension. So mind is calm. So normal breathing. Breathe in and out normally. But pay attention to the thoughts. If any unwanted thought, just ignore. You continue with this thought. I allow my body to sit straight, sit comfortably. Let your feet be firm on the floor and your hands relaxed on your lap. Breathe in and out. As you breathe in relaxation. And as you breathe out, let all tensions slip away. Just imagine a wave of peace washing over you. Now, ask this simple question to yourself. Who am I? Who am I really? What do I say about myself to others? Who am I? I may tell my name, my occupation, my relationship, my age. Is that all me? Is there anything more I can think about myself? As I dive deep into myself, I begin to see another layer emerging from deep within. I have feelings. I have thoughts, emotions, even memories. All these subtle aspects are contained in a non-physical, spiritual energy deep within myself. I visualize myself as a living energy with mind, intellect, and subconsciousness on the screen of my mind. I am light. A living energy. I am eternal, immortal, imperishable. I am totally distinct from my body. as I focus my thoughts towards the being of light, the real me, I journey inwards. I dive deep into myself. I touch the core of this being of light. I discover peace, peace, and silence. I am a being of peace. I am a peaceful soul. Vibrations of peace emerges from deep within and fills my mind. My mind has become like a calm lake. I enjoy this moment of being at peace with myself. Peace and silence. I go deeper into myself and discover love. I am a being of love. Love, like the sunshine, envelops the soul. I am love. I love me. In this experience of soul consciousness, I am deep inside and feel so powerful and light, weightless, so light that I can move away from this body in a second. I see myself floating as a beam of light, moving upwards, going beyond the cosmos into the dimension of golden red light. I, the being of light, I am surrounded by the golden red light of my home. I have come home. In this sweet, silent home, I see myself in the presence of the supreme light, emitting so much light, like the sun. I, the being of light, I come closer and closer to the supreme light. I touch the light of God. God's energy, God's light envelops the soul. I am in union with the Supreme. Like the sun, rays filled with light and might is penetrating the soul, cleansing the soul. I enjoy this moment of being in union with the Supreme Light. The ocean of peace, the ocean of love, the Almighty. I am showered with God's peace, God's love and light. I am totally energized, empowered, and slowly I descend from the soul world, slowly into this world of matter. I return to my body. I see myself shining in the center of my forehead, radiating God's light, love, and peace. I am light. I am peace. I am love. I am light. Filled with peace. Stay in this experience for 1 more minute. Absorb this vibration into your whole body and let it radiate out into the world. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you.